I hope you joined us last week, as today we're going even deeper with midwife Alejandra Lozano as she fills your heart and spirit with her great wisdom about rituals from Mexican midwifery. Hi, I'm Debra Pascali-Benaro, founder and director of Orgasmic Birth and host of the Orgasmic Birth podcast. Just to give you a quick remembering about Ale, I am extra honored to introduce her. She is our Orgasmic Birth social media maven. So if you're engaging with us on Instagram or any social platform, that's Ale there. She is also a dedicated Mexican midwife with over 11 years of experience walking the sacred path of supporting women through pregnancy, birth, and beyond. Her journey into midwifery began with the birth of her own son, Mariano, and she told that story in the last episode, in water and surrounded by midwives, and that transformative experience awakened a calling in her to walk this path, which she shared a lot of that story with you. So welcome back, Alejandra. It's always a joy and pleasure to talk with you.
Hello, thank you, Debra. It's always also for me a pleasure to be here and have the time and the possibility to talk a lot about sorry, to talk about a lot of things. And I always experience pleasure talking to you. So yes, thanks for this invitation.
Oh, thank you. And we were deep into really talking about last time about the savala, the massaging, looking at ways that you as on your own journey and now as a midwife help people to embrace comfort and pleasure in birth. But I wanted to go deeper because I know there's so much more, so many more rituals. And one of the things that you teach all the time in our doula workshops and our advanced retreats, and I have to tell you, just today, one of our orgasmic birth practitioners that you taught the wisdom of the rebozo and the closing of the bones posted this beautiful post about learning this wisdom from you. So could you share a little bit about the rebozo, what it is, and maybe take us into how you as a midwife or doulas use that in pregnancy, birth, and postpartum?
Yes, of course. Well, I love Rebozo. Rebozo is like a tool. We say it's like an extension of our own hands, our own arms, because it gives us the possibility to work with the body and to move the body in a more gentle way or the way we need to do it. It's like even for us using the Rebozo as a comfort measure, even when it's cold. I have now that is the winter, I have all this Rebozo waiting for me to use them. Because why Rebozo? Rebozo helps us in a very like how do I say, a specific way. Sometimes when women during birth, women are not ready to receive like a massage or a direct like sobada, but they are tense, and you can see the tension in the body. So if we use an extra tool like Rebozo, we can definitely move the body. But what is Rebozo is a fabric that is long and the weight is like 70 centimeters per like 2 meters, and it's like full of colors. Depends on the preference you have, but it can be like all the colors you can imagine, and these colors also can change depend where they are coming. If they are from the south of the country, if they are coming from Chiapas, from Oaxaca, from Merida, we have a different like types of rebozo. That's like very also beautiful, because we in our communities you can see all the creativity they use to create these with their hands and like put all the, I don't know, all the beauty inside the fabrics. So it's always good to have one that is full cotton, and is if wave is handmade is much better, because you have like a perfect balance. So if the woman is not ready to receive the sobada, then you can like take your rebozo and put the rebozo, I don't know, maybe in one leg, and just like move gentle the body, and then the woman can feel the movement. And when they feel the movement, it's hard to remain with the tension. So once you start moving your body and somebody is like doing that, you don't have to do it. Somebody else is doing the movement. And then you start releasing and you start releasing the tension. And that can give you the possibility to have a less painful contraction. And that can definitely help the baby to come easier, in some moments, and depend how much intensity you're using. And the good thing about the rebozo and also the sobada is like they are tools that you can adapt for the moment. It's not something that is going to be it is, and there's no way to change. No, we can change and we can adapt depending on the person. There are some also women that need privacy during birth, and then you can use it also to give them privacy because it's a fabric that is big enough to create like a cave. Even if you are in a place or a public hospital where you don't have this possibility or be in a like a long room with the robot, so you can give this space. So you can give space, you can move the body very gently, you can cover yourself if it's cold, and also you can like hold the body if needed or just move. And also if you need to do an intervention, midwives use the rebozo as a tool for interventions. Imagine this difference. It's not like I'm gonna use something cold like a scissor or something. No, my intervention as a midwife is my rebozo, but in a different position and with different intensity. So it's still gentle, and I really love that about midwifery.
Yeah. It's so beautiful to watch you and how you do that, right? And the difference between the gentle comfort and the more intervention to help that baby and body to turn and whatever. But it's so beautiful. And as you said, still so much gentler than being cut or using technology to help rather than using the body's own ability. So I know that you do so much with all these rituals. Why do you think these rituals that you've learned from mentors and that have been handed down as traditions in Mexican midwifery, why are they so important?
Yes, well, one of the most important ritual for us is the postpartum closing. That is like there's a lot that we can do, but the postpartum closing, it's important because during birth we have this opening of the body. We open ourselves to give our babies the possibility to come to the earth. And literally we open our hips and we open our vaginas and our vulvas, and also we open in an energetic way, and then we split the extra heat we have in the body. In our traditional medicine, we know that when we are pregnant we have an extra heat because we have another human that is also like warm and it has their own energy. So we have this extra heat, and once the baby comes out and we give birth, this extra heat goes down to the earth, and then we can feel like a little bit of unbalance. And it's time closing is a moment to recover ourselves. It's like to go back to yourself, to close the bones, to close the energetic field, and then feel ready to reborn. Because giving birth is like you you dying away is from all your past, and now you become like a new person that is gonna have a lot of new skills. It's not like you're dying entirely, but you have to go through this process to become more wise. And now when you have the chance to close, it's giving yourself the moment to realize that you're a wise woman now that is becoming a mother. So in this moment, we always we go to the house of the mother, and the closing ritual have different steps. And we first, there's a lot of ways to do it. And now that I know more midwife, I realize it's like a lot of possibilities. So we can start with the herbal bath, but in the past, I used to start with a massage. Now I start with the herbal bath. And what happened in the herbal bath that you get very warm from the inside. and then you receive all the herbs inside of your body and through all your skin, and that's going to help you recover the warmth inside of you. And then you jump into a place that we prepare with those rebozos, where we're going to give you a sobada or a massage. And it can be one midwife or two, depends. And if possible, two, and if not, just one. And then we do a full massage. And this massage or this sobada is very important because also during labor, we use a lot of like strength from all our arms and our legs, and it's like sometimes you're very like you were in the same position for a lot of hours, and then you can contract a little bit or too much. And in this massage we're gonna try to release all this pain you have in your back or in your shoulders, in your legs, and we're gonna go with the intention to close. So we're closing the body, all the body from the feet to the head. And once we finish this, then we use the rebozo to close and to do some knots in all the, how do you say, the joints
Yes.
and all the important joints of the body. So if there's 7 points that we close, and we left the woman there if they want to. If they maybe if they are feeling like a little bit overwhelmed, we can finish soon. So even that is a process that it has all these steps, we can adapt the ritual depending on every woman needs. If the birth was like very pleasurable, and maybe she don't gonna need like a lot, it's like you're just going close because she's like ready to jump in. But what if the birth, sorry, was traumatic? What if she had like a really bad experience? Or if she's sad because the plan changed? Then we need to set up more time. We always talk about the birth experience, and we open the possibility to heal and to realize what's happening. Yes, our birth plan changed. Yes, I didn't want to have a C-section. Yes, I'm in pain because I'm sad because I didn't want this. So it's always good. There are some women that they don't talk about this with anyone because they feel like they did something wrong, like the bodies didn't a good process because they had to change the plan. So this is the moment to realize that everything was for a reason, and that all the things that happens, it's not always only about you, it's also your baby that has another need. So we collect all the info and give the woman the moment to express and to release also the pain. So the closing, I think, it's important for everyone and very important after C-section and traumatic birth.
Yeah. I love how you say that. And again, having watched you, offer the closing even to people much later, right? When we're teaching midwives and doulas, people are getting closed that never were closed. And there's so much emotion that comes up. And it is so powerful to be able to have that kind of honoring at whatever point in life, to honor what your birth asked of you and what you learned about yourself in the process. So I so appreciate you sharing. So I have one last question that I have to ask you. Because we work together for orgasmic birth all the time, and I know that you facilitate through the use of your massage and rebozo and wisdom so many joyful, pleasurable, and orgasmic births. What are some of your tips to people that are listening that you would recommend for them to prepare for a birth with pleasure?
Yes, well, definitely start massaging yourself, like all the body. Start connecting with the sensations because birth is about sensations. It's about how we feel our body moving, our body changing, our body adapting. So I think if I had to give myself an advice, it would be that, like, touch more yourself, like in a gentle way, like try to understand the rhythm of your skin and how you're even to yourself, like how your fingers can go and how do you feel, like what's the rhythm of the muscle. It has a rhythm, and then all the body has a rhythm, and how you can connect by playing these games also with your couple. Not, it doesn't have to be like a sexual intercourse. You don't have to end that. But if it happens, it's okay. Not. It's like give yourself the time to play. To play also with scents. Like if I like lavender or I like patchouli, I don't know, maybe I play with these scents and I smell. And once I'm touching myself and feeling the rhythm, wow. And it can increase the pleasurable moments. And also give yourself the time to play, to laugh, and to connect, and to ask your partner questions like, what do you not like? Uncomfortable questions like, what do you like? And not because it's uncomfortable, because sometimes we don't talk about it. And it's like, what do you like about me? It's like, let's go deep. And what you don't like about me? And what do you like about me that I do and make you feel more sexual or more sensual? It's like making these questions and like open the communication about what turns us on. What makes me feel excited? What type of food? What type of clothes? What type of ambience? And we're going to find a lot of answers and tools from ourselves and our partners, because sometimes we don't know what turns us on. We don't have that information in our daily basis. It's like we don't recognize like a lot of things are pleasurable in our lives. So for me, it's basic to understand that. And I know you talk a lot about this, and it's been also an inspiration for me. Like, realize what is a pleasurable thing you have in your daily life, what it's like. And once you realize that, start feeling that with more enthusiasm. It's like, okay, I know I like to take chocolate and I know I like to take coffee. Well, I'm gonna just sit myself and enjoy, but really like be in the present moment. Because for us to enjoy pleasure, we need to be in the present moment. There's no way to have pleasure if we are making the list of the things we need to buy for the house. And if we are thinking, and I need to pick up my son, I need to go, and there's no way the pleasure can enter there. It always only enters if you're experiencing the present moment. So we need to be in the present moment, and we need to talk about sexuality, and we need to touch ourselves. So that will be like the resume.
Beautiful tips. I love it. That was so beautiful. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us twice. So, two episodes. And if you missed part one, definitely go back, everyone. I know that you'll appreciate it. And if you can share again, Ale, where can people connect with you so they can hear it, and we'll put it in these notes?
Yes, they can always go to my Instagram. Is Ale Partera, sorry. And I have all the info there, like about the workshop that I have and about the workshop with Debra and everything. All the info you will find, also the births that I attend. So yes, contact me.
Fantastic. And one last question. I was going to end, and I just thought you're one of our orgasmic birth practitioners, and we're going to be opening up that program again. Any thoughts that you would say to people that are doulas, midwives, nurses, educators about the program to join us?
Just do it. I'm very proud myself to be part of the Orgasmic Peer Practitioners. For me, it's like my best certification. It was very important for me, because it was all about talking about orgasmic evidence and all the different situations that are around birth, that we need to realize that more than we talk and more tools we can have. It's like a topic that never ends. It's not just talking about orgasmic birth, it's about how you can go deeper into the conversation and you can inspire yourself so you can have more tools to share with your families, and you can feel much more comfortable to talk about these with the society, with the communities, with your couples, with your parents, with everyone, even with your family. So definitely it was an amazing time for me to give myself the chance to be inside. I really miss the dates when I was like going into the orgasmic birth practitioners calls. But yes, just jump in, definitely.
Oh, thank you so much. And for everyone, we have a free gift. You can actually jump in and get a taste. We have a free mini pleasure course. We'll put it in the show notes. You can click there, take a little sampling of it, and join our wait list if you'd like to join us in the future. Thank you so much, Ali, again. It was such a pleasure.
Thanks so much for you. Bye.
Bye. And for everyone, we hope you'll join us next week for the next episode of The Orgasmic Birth Practitioner.